Hello guys, so the Trickster is the latest killer to come to Dead by Daylight, and in this video I will give you 5 tips you should know before you play him. But before I do it, every time there's a new killer I make a video like this, so make sure to subscribe for more Dead by Daylight tips, tricks, tutorials, funny videos and other stuff, and please like this video to make me smile. Thank you very much. These tips are not in any particular order, so let's start with the first one. At the moment, Trickster is one of the worst killers in the game. He moves at 110% of his speed, which is 4.4 meters a second, which is pretty slow. Yes, he's not the slowest killer in the game, but he moves at the same speed as the Huntress, and it's no secret that it's very easy to loop bad Huntresses for long amounts of time because of her slow speed. And the same applies to the Trickster, and the number one tip is don't rely on loops because of his slow speed, meaning break as many pallets as possible, especially if you are new at playing the Trickster, because you will probably waste a lot of time chasing that one annoying survivor around the loop while other survivors do all the generators. Don't do it, instead just break that pallet. Also, for the most part, his power is not meant to be used around loops, because you have to hit a survivor at least 8 times with his daggers to injure him and 8 more times to down him, which is crazy, and it's better to be an M1 killer when it comes to chasing a survivor around one pallet. Just don't use your power, because you will just waste your time. Instead, use your power when it comes to long distances, just like you would use the power of the Huntress. Especially at medium range, the power works pretty well because he has many daggers and they can hit pretty far away. Now the next tip sounds weird, but Prefire with his power. Now what do I mean by saying Prefire? I mean press and hold that right mouse button at least a few milliseconds before you want to throw the blades, because if you don't do it, then it takes a few extra seconds to start the action, to start throwing those blades, and in those few seconds the survivor might change his position and it's very hard to hit him. I saw a few streamers recommending pre-firing like Not Oddsdarva, so I thought why not to include this tip. By now you have probably noticed that sometimes I call his weapons daggers, sometimes I call them blades. In reality they are blades, and I know that they are blades, but I just like to call them daggers for some reason. I just thought I would tell you this so you don't feel like I'm mistaking something. With that out of the way, another tip is to find the best build for this killer, and this will vary, it depends on your playstyle, but one perk I would recommend you to use on this killer is Monitor and Abuse. We tested it, and on this killer it works very well. Just the fact that your field of view is increased makes it worth using. The Trickster is one of those killers who have to see as much as possible on his screen to effectively use his power and to be able to pre-fire at the right time. So keep in mind that Monitor and Abuse is a good perk for this killer, and I think it's one of the better perks for him. At the moment I haven't found any build that would be OP for this killer that he would be able to exploit, but without any perks this killer is very useless and he is one of the worst killers in the game. With good perk builds this killer might be very strong. Just go ahead and Google the best builds for the Trickster, because on Google you can find a lot of valuable information related to this game. And talking of his build, don't forget to use his add-ons, especially purple and pink ones, because I saw some good shit there, so make sure to choose the best add-ons for you. And the last tip I would like to give you is that don't stop throwing blades even if the survivor runs out of your line of sight. For example, if he turns right to the pallet or behind a wall, just keep on throwing your blades, because from what I noticed, the Trickster's power has something similar to a bullet drop, which means sometimes one of your blades will hit the survivor even when he is out of your line of sight. He may run behind the wall, but if you throw your blades a few milliseconds before he ran behind that wall, it's very likely that they will hit that survivor even when he gets there, which is very interesting, and I don't think that it was intentional, and it's very difficult to explain it, so I hope you understand what I mean. And these were the 5 tips before you play this killer. Wow, I did it in under 5 minutes. I hope now I deserve your subscription. If you haven't done it before, make sure to subscribe and like this video video if you want to see me smile because it makes me happy. And if you don't agree with anything, and I'm pretty sure there will be players of DBD who don't agree with something, then drop that comment, leave that comment, and see you in my next video. Bye!